From Southern Maryland's weather leader, this is a JB Weather Alert.
And good afternoon, everyone. I'm forecaster John Bordash with you here in the Storm Center right now. We have several different weather alerts in effect across the region as we have a potentially pretty active afternoon and evening on tap for many of us. The vast majority of our coverage area under a severe thunderstorm watch now until 9 o'clock this evening. This is going to be for that threat of 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts along with the threat of 1 to 2 inch size hail, and a couple of storms could rotate as well. That's again shown there in the yellow. In the red, that's a tornado watch. That's where the highest tornado potential will be today, and that locally includes Anne Arundel County. What I do want to do right away is get you right into radar. We do actually currently have a tornado warning in effect for parts of the Delaware beaches right now. I'm going to go ahead and see if we can just load up our Delaware radar quickly, and we're going to zoom right in here. It's for this pink polygon right now. This is an active severe an active tornado warning. This is up for areas near Fenwick, Dewey Beach, just south of Rehoboth Beach, just to the north of Ocean City here. This is the cell, and if we zoom in, you can see a pretty well-defined hook here, and we've seen a decent amount of rotation with this storm as it moves out towards the bay. So if you have any interest or know anyone that's up along our Delaware beaches this afternoon, we do, again, have this tornado warning in effect for this pink polygon until 3:45 this afternoon. Locally, we have no severe weather warnings in effect. We just have, again, that tornado watch in effect for Anne Arundel County, points north and east until 9 o'clock in the red, and then in the yellow, again, that's the vast majority of our region. That is a severe thunderstorm watch. That's going to be in effect until 9 o'clock as well. Again, the highest tornado potential will be to our north and east this afternoon and evening, but I think all of us will need to watch for that potential for scattered thunderstorms, one or two of which could be strong to severe, and we could actually see several of those strong and severe thunderstorms. The main risks, damaging winds, hail, and we could even see one or two rotating storms like we're already seeing on over towards portions of the Delaware beaches. Our atmosphere is very primed today to see severe weather. The question is, will we actually be able to tap into that? We have what we call a cap in place overhead, or if you want to think of it this way, we are currently sitting in a pot, and we currently have a lid on top of our region right now. We're building up all the heat and the steam. Whether or not we're able to lift off that lid or lift off that cap to allow for severe weather to really get going remains to be seen. We will need to kind of wait and see with what's going to happen across our region as we head over the next few hours. It's just kind of the mode we're in right now. I can't give you much more detail than that. I won't be able to let you know what time areas in St. Mary's County will see a thunderstorm or anything like that. We're just kind of waiting and seeing what's going to be going on. We do currently have storms back out towards our west. This is north and west of D.C. right now, and you can see that right up along areas like Winchester and I-81. This is where we're currently looking at some thunderstorm development, and as this area here shifts to the south and east, we'll see how it's able to interact with our atmospheric dynamics and see if we can tap into that severe weather potential. Again, for those of you just now joining, we do have that severe thunderstorm watch in effect for parts of our region here, for most of our region, actually just about everyone except for portions of northeast Maryland until 9 o'clock, and then in northeastern Maryland, that's going to be a tornado watch. So you're going to want to stay weather aware this afternoon and evening. I'll be here in the Storm Center the rest of today, giving you the latest updates and really keeping you one step ahead of the storm. I do want to quickly come back over here towards radar. What I do want to do is come back over here to our Delaware storm. Again, we do have an active tornado warning in effect for portions of our Atlantic beaches here. This is just south of Rehoboth Beach. This is moving through the Fenwick area, just north of Ocean View, moving through Dewey Beach. It's this storm right here. We're looking at a decent amount of rotation with this storm. I want to make sure we're on the correct radar here. I'll see if I can't just bring up that velocity signature here with this storm and really show you what we're looking at. And this is going to be a key as we look for storms today. Where we're going to note, and I actually want to come over here, where we're going to be able to see areas of red and areas of green kind of coming together. And we saw this really ramp up just about half an hour ago as we let this kind of load through. it's really kind of in this region. Let me show you, painted on here for you, where we are getting wind areas in green. Those would be indicative of wind towards the radar. So in this case, it would be winds going like this, and red would be winds away from the radar, or in essence, winds like that with this given storm. So you can see where we have broad rotation right now, getting ready to move just south of Rehoboth Beach, moving through Fenwick Island, and then headed out to over the open sea. But we have noted a decent amount of rotation with the storm, and we had a storm earlier actually move through areas like Easton and Cambridge on the eastern shore that also exhibited a healthy amount of rotation. We never got a tornado warning on that, but that was there, and we really have a really decent atmospheric profile today to support storms to rotate. We have a decent amount of wind shear, and what wind shear is the changing direction of winds throughout levels of the atmosphere, and that allows for thunderstorms to begin to rotate, and we have a decent amount of that available to us today. The question is going to be, are we really able to take off the lid and get into that severe weather potential in our region? Again, we're just going to have to wait and see if that's able to happen. Our models today have really suggested it's going to be areas to the north of us that have that best potential, and I can actually show that here for you here quickly. Not necessarily the model output, but what I can show you is that severe weather outlook we got from the National Weather Service, really highlighting this area here in orange. This includes parts of southeastern Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware. This orange area, that's that enhanced risk of severe weather today. This is where our highest tornado probabilities are. Outside of that, this yellow area, this is an elevated risk of seeing rotating storms, seeing gusty winds. It's a step below that elevated risk, but it is still it's a step below that enhanced risk, but it is still an elevated risk. So we will continue to watch that potential. Again, the main timing, I think, for many of us as we head through the rest of today is going to be any time between about now and about 9 or 10 o'clock this evening. So really over the next 6 hours, you're going to want to stay weather aware. I don't think everyone's going to see crazy weather today. I don't think everyone's going to see a tornado today. These are going to be scattered storms, and the storms that are able to fire might be able to tap into that very abundant and primed atmosphere we have in place overhead. So stay weather aware. I'll continue to keep you one step ahead of the forecast here, one step ahead of any storms that do fire up. Stay with JB Weather on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, anywhere. You can get these live updates and get updated forecasts for you as well to get you ahead of the storm. If you need to know what's going on right now, just head on over to jbweather.net and you'll be able to get the latest information there. In the meantime, I'm forecaster John Bordash. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon, and I'm sure we'll be talking again later on this evening as we continue to track the severe weather potential.
Check the forecast anytime online at jbweather.net.